Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Zelda 2 randomizer tournament race for the July 2017 tournament. I am Angry Larry. I'm joined with Bent Glass Tube. We're going to be.
Hello, everyone.
Hello to you, too. Thank you for saying hello.
Yes, thank you for thanking me.
We are going to be calling the BuzzThunder versus Culain race tonight. Do you have any predictions here?
Um, I don't think I've seen Culain ever play, but I've seen his times in races, and I think it should be a good match. A strong lean one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, it probably should be, and it probably will be. It's one of the 3 or 4 matches that I've seen that if you were doing normal tournament seeding, based on skill and SRL rank or whatever, however you wanted to, associate it with, probably matchups that would not happen in the first round because both players are near the top of the leaderboard, play a lot, and are pretty good at the game. But we'll see. I mean, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, and we already know that there's a lot of really excellent players in the losers bracket, or sorry, not losers bracket, but the 0-1 category for next round.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things about the Swiss format is you get a better distribution of interesting matches.
And more so, somebody in this race could be playing us next round in the 0-1 category.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I'm sure I'm not gonna get a pushover next round. I'll have to go 0-2 before I start beat, but
well, yeah, I mean, with Joshy D beating you, the pushover is in the winners bracket. The 1-0 category, I should say. I gotta get away from saying the winners bracket because of the Swiss format. But I gotta tell you, it's Saturday afternoon. I am in full Mountain Dew Taco Bell mode in my chair right now. And I'm
not sure I know what that means.
No, it's the thing.
Did you explain Mountain Dew Taco Bell mode?
You just kind of put it all back. Buzz just decided for no reason whatsoever to change the cropping on his screen, so now I have to recrop.
Oh, Joshy's feeling a little insulted.
I don't know why. I don't think we said anything about that.
So what kind of seed are we hoping for today, Larry?
Well,
are we hoping for an early glove, but Raft is hard to find? Are we hoping for a 2-hour hunt for Reflect?
Yeah, I kind of would like to see something of a little bit of a puzzle. So far, really the only thing we've seen is maybe one item blocking another item that we're going to see way later on. Like a magic blocking item, like the kid or the trophy in Palace, like where you need it, but then fire was that item anyway. So we need to get something that's like need the hammer to get the kid, to get the spell, to get the boots, to get the glove on the water tile, to be able to access the room that has the medicine, to be able to get thunder, something like that.
I like to think about like the depth of the dependency chains. So like, if you have just one item blocking another that you need, that's only a 2 deep chain. But if you can get one that's like 4 or 5, those are really exciting. The word most people use to describe that.
Culain's stream went down.
Suggests I should try the auto quality option, but I'm not sure that the problem is on my side.
No, but that is one of my favorite things about this tournament. It is how do the players handle the item blocks that could potentially, present themselves, and what do they do once they realize the overworld is not straightforward, cut and dry, segmented in two. per continent, and they have to find alternate means to find a way to another area, whether it's boots to access like one town that's on like a peninsula or like a barrier island and stuff like that. Like those are the decision making processes that I like the most.
It's fun to see, like, you know, and the gambles that people take. Do you go into 5 when you find it, or do you wait because it's going to be with the levels you're at? Then do you, you know, go into 4 without reflect? Just maybe the item is near the front and you can grab it and it's useful.
Yeah, or are you that guy that's like, all right, I don't want to go into that cave in the east because there's invisible moas. I'm getting the crap kicked out of me. So let me just force myself into 5 looking for the item, and then the item's a red jar.
Yeah, that's new and exciting this year is the troll items.
New and exciting. I don't know how to do that without typing quotes or doing air quotes. And I'm not on webcam and I'm not in chat, so. All right, we got people readying up, so we're going to be starting here in a little bit.
Don, he hadn't. Let's refresh that page.
Whoops, I don't know why I did that. Well, you're going to see him start on the delay. Just like we all are. And there we go. Culain's ready. Buzz is ready. Gladiator and Contender are ready.
Oh, we got a swamp seed. Go figure.
Yeah, but you don't take 1 damage per tick, and there's no access to the swamp cave with the magic key right in the starting area. So they'll be fine. We do have Raru right off the bat.
That's a nice early find. Great spell.
Yeah, and Buzz looks like he's a little bit concerned that this seed might be Bagoo blocked already, so he's going to search for the note for the Riverman.
I thought he was But yeah, his first choice is to go into that forest. Oh, and an early jump for Culain. He's going to be probably pretty happy about that.
Yeah, early jump, you know, gives you down stab as soon as you find Mito, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I find it quite frustrating when I know where Mito is, but don't have a way to get down stab. You know, it's like the game is taunting you.
And we saw that last night in the race between Choke Me I Like It and Link Sevens, where neither player had downstab or means to get downstab until very late. Actually, I think in another race as well, it might have been Shiner and Jake Hoper, where they also didn't get the means till later, and then picked up downstab even later than that because they were on the Eastern Continent.
Yeah, I don't remember the details of that one. I think both runners have found Rudo. I couldn't remember the name of the town there for a second.
Martin Town,
of course,
Trophy
without the
Town.
trophy.
Yeah. All right, Culain's
Town, is that the one that you call that?
Yeah. Medicine Cave 111. I gotta say that these are not mixed small and large enemy flags, so you'll have a bunch of small enemies and flying enemies in the front part, 3 large enemies in the back, and it could be okay, but 111 is pretty tough here. Buzz, going into all the forest tiles looking for Bagoo, was able to get attack 2 with his experience earned.
Well, that's a perhaps a nice side effect of looking for Bagoo is some of those forest tiles can give decent experience. Like if the Megmats or something have a good roll on the experience table.
We find the front end of Fairy Cave. He needs Fairy to proceed through this one, so he has to look for an alternate way around. I also did not see no, Culain did not pick it up. He was moving left, so I'm like, I guess I missed it, but I didn't.
He was trying to back away from a Guerilla and Moblin tag team. But he finds the raft.
Yeah, one of our early items that are absolutely required. The raft gets you over to the second continent and has been something that's been a little tricky the last couple of races to find. This time we'll find it straight away.
Yeah, it's an impressive medicine cave at 111 there. I mean, he picked up life 2 in the process, but like you said, without the mixed big and small and starting with Candle make that cave a lot easier. Like going in there dark at 111 is just
Get a
Can
medicine.
really put a damper on your run.
Got a magic jar in the on the grass tile, and we saw what could have been the back end of Parappa Cave, but it also could have been the back end of Fairy Cave. We still might not have a way to get across to another area if this continent is segmented.
On Buzz's side, he's picked up the raft as well.
Yes.
So these runners are kind of taking the same path here, but Buzz did not find Raru, did he?
He did not go into Raru, and also there's another also, and I forgot what it was. Oh, there is one cave that's blocked by a boulder. So we'll need the hammer to access.
It looked like Culain just went into that unknown cave and saw an enemy, I think in the first section, making that the back of Fairy.
So that indeed is, if this is segmented in any sort of way, there is no access right now to that second area that we have seen. Red Dire is at 150, and they're in a few of the encounters that I've seen so far. That's nice, because mixed small and large enemies early on, or not mixed small and large enemies early on, you can find yourself really starving for XP. Buzz is taking advantage of this. He's grinding because WWDD, what would Dig Shake do? And Buzz lives on that philosophy, and he thinks that Dig Shake grinds all the time, so he grinds all the time.
Being the other end of Fairy Cave now as well, so he's aware that that is not a way to get.
It's only 5 minutes in, but I feel like both players are struggling here to find anything early on, especially in the areas they're in.
Yeah, I mean, clearly we haven't seen everything there is to see yet, but I don't remember seeing like the back of Jump Cave or anything. Or, oh no, we did see the front of Jump Cave, and Culain's in there now, but he opts not to go through, even though he has Jump.
I know, speaking on the personal level, I probably would not go through that cave unless I felt like there was nothing else around here. And we have Parappa Cave, and it's a better option. It's one screen, one enemy, as opposed to 3 screens.
New area. Us picking up Jump, finally making his way to Raru. So we'll see if he finds Jump Cave. Maybe he'll opt to go through it, or maybe he will also delay.
Palace 4 on the western continent here, right through Parappa Cave. Culain's going to do a little science on this Nut Knuckle, find out it's 70 and take life 3. He's at 213. No Reflect and no Fairy or Magic Key, so there's really no use to go in there.
We find one worthless entrance into Death Mountain there.
Good and bad. Bad because you don't have many options if the other cave is really far away from start. But good in the sense that you don't have other options for like the Hammer Cave being right in the immediate area in the second entrance as well. And speaking of second entrance, there it is. And only access one cave. You don't have access to the coast, even though you're almost basically right on the water. But more importantly, the rock is right there. So if they find the hammer, it's a quick, easy item.
If he, I didn't get a good look at Death Mountain, but it looked like the rock was possibly blocking access to another little area, or was it diagonal through there?
It could have been. When it's diagonal, it really on the eye, it's a little optical illusion on the eye. But it looked like it was one accessible cave and then the rock. But you could be right. We'll find out on Buzz's screen. We'll make sure to pay a little bit more attention.
Culain picking up the in the game.
Buzz finds the 200 P bag, but he's already at 313 because of all the grinding he did, emulating Dig Shake in the forest, the desert. I believe that ever since Buzz said he wanted to play more like Dig Shake, he's been grinding even more. But there you go. There, the rock was not blocking access.
Maybe he's just trying to rile Dig Shake up. I don't know if Buzz is the kind of person that tries to rile other people up or not.
I don't think people write a special BuzzThunder protection security into their custom programs, if that's what you mean.
Both these racers in different towns at the moment. Buzz also going to pick up Downstab, and Culain picking up a mirror to give to the lady who lost it in Saria. Rivertown. Is Rivertown the thing you get yelled at if you call it? Let's call it Rivertown.
Yeah, that's Nurm. He gets yelled at for that.
Oh, okay.
But it's all right because the streamer shouldn't be, the person who's doing it shouldn't be listening to us anyway. So call it whatever you want. There's our second palace, and it is Palace 1, so we have 1 and 4 so far. Interesting here, 2-1-3. I'm sorry, 2-1-3, and we've seen only one item cave, and Culain's going to dive into here.
Yeah, we also saw the grass tile, but yeah, the items. Keys flag. I think diving into one early is a perfectly good option.
The only thing that would make it not a good option is, a couple more luxury items, whether it's heart containers or the magic key, even, to make the key thing trivial. You could also, in those areas, you could also wake up and find the key, the boots, and the whatever, what have you, and decide, you know what, maybe I'll just pretend I'm full Dig Shake and I'll just not even go for the item.
Yeah. Culain finds a very quick path to Horsehead.
Horsehead can only be worth 100 XP total. He is at 10 of 100, so it's interesting to see what he's going to do here once he kills Horsehead. 20 XP.
Whopping 20 XP.
Yeah, it more or less is always 20 or 30. If you don't know, in the randomizer, whatever the base XP is for an enemy, it can go up or down up to 2 levels if you took all the values of XP and put them in a line, so to speak. So being normally worth 50, he can be 20, 30, 50, 70, or 100. And he's going to dip back in for the item.
Looks like Buzz is also joining him in Palace 1 here.
Yeah, a little
Buzz runs into an awkward hallway.
It's a little different than other races I've had the privilege of calling and restreaming so far, where players have fully explored the whole situation first, the overworld, even when they've seen Palace 1, prior to jumping into Palace 1.
We had a high five there.
No, we call it a virtual spoon.
Directions, so they would high five, right? If they're going the same direction, that's a spoon.
No, Buzz would probably stop, turn around.
No, I haven't met Buzz, so maybe Dig Shake would know.
Yawn, put the arm around kind of deal.
Oh, Culain finding the same awkward hallway here.
Blue Iron Knuckles in Palace. Yeah, Blue Iron Knuckles in Palace 1 is something you don't really want.
Oh, but with Downstab in the short hallway, they're not so tough to get through. I have to either just tank a hit from them or actually fight them, and that can be pretty frustrating at Attack 3.
Yeah, I don't know if most people know you can fight Iron Knuckles, because I see a lot of people shying away from them with not knowing how to get past them. And then the option is, why don't you just fight them? Whether you live or not is a different story, but I see a lot of people be like, oh, I'm blocked because I don't have downstab. Or at least I get that illusion from watching them race. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you can always fight enemies. That's viable.
What I personally like to do is repeatedly fight blue iron knuckles until I game over. Quite good for building up your timer.
I'm already marking the wrong thing, but at least it caught up here. With both players placing the gem at Palace 1. WWDD, I guess it's Take Life 4 there. Culain is loading up on keys here, but he's also spending a few to get them. And going in absolute the wrong directions. Buzz is going to take a chance and not get the item. Maybe because...
That's an interesting call.
Yeah, well, maybe it's because he knows there's 3 other caves or 4 other caves that contain items on this in this area. And if one of them's a hammer, it's an easy access to another item. And here we go, Heart Container Cave. So here's one of the 4 that remain.
Yeah, I guess, with having so few items, there's no reason to suspect that the item in one is good at this point.
But I believe and as a trophy, and he knows where Rudo is, so he'll be able to go get that. But I believe when he was commentating the race with me, he was questioning why Jackamus wasn't going for the item in Palace 1.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And now here he is not going.
But we should find
Palace.
out. Culain's screen should be the item room. Very shortly, if Buzz's decision was correct.
Well, we found all the towns, so that's probably going to be the back end of Saria, and Magic Jar is the item in 1. Now, I know what you're going to say. Maybe Buzz had a good play there. But what if
could be required?
Could be required in New Kasuto. It could be one of those things where you need that jar to have access to, something better, like the boots, where the 8th jar is blocked by the boots, but you need the boots to access a palace or whatever. 3 or 6 is the other palace on the west.
We can say that Buzz probably got lucky skipping that, but that could turn around. Buzz finding another item cave.
Yeah, P-Bag Cave, so that just means Magic Container Cave and Trophy Cave are the 2 we have not found yet. And there is said hammer. I love when that happens, when now it brings up a possibility. Well, one of them was blocked by a cave, so he can access that now. And then we have the rock spot.
Yeah, we saw Spectacle Monocle Rock.
Is there a way we can combine that to be 1?
Maybe a Sponicle Rock?
Yeah.
Mectical Rock?
I'll workshop it this week. Culain, as they like to say, Cerro Muerto. He went in. I guess he just wanted to see what palace it was. I didn't know if he had any intention of doing it. Palace 6. So
I feel like anytime I dip in to try and see which palace it is, I get the shared rooms for 4 rooms.
Heart Container and Magic Container Cave, Magic Jar Cave.
So there's just the cave blocked, or the boulder blocked cave left, right? Or am I forgetting one?
No, that will be Trophy Cave.
Oh yeah, as chat points out, Buzz did find Bagu, and
oh, did he?
Didn't get the note. He decided that Bagu didn't need company. Maybe he heard some yelling from inside the house and thought better of.
Did Culain pick up that hammer? He was in and out of that room awfully quick. You know what? I'm gonna give him.
I guess we'll see. He's heading toward the hammer block. Yeah, I guess he did.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe his stream buffered.
Container Cave. So we do still have Trophy Cave.
Oh, okay. Maybe was there a second one right by start? Maybe because they're in the second area, and we saw one instantly when they started.
Buzz get this heart container out of Magic Container Cave. Looks like Culain found the raft spot there. I hadn't seen that previously.
No, it's in a nice little
He's gonna take it.
Yeah, he's gonna take it, And with the
Yeah.
hammer, he could have gotten the item in Death Mountain very easily, and he could have gotten what have you. Fire is in Rudo, and we'll see what that's paired with. I don't know if it's castable right now because I was watching Culain grab the little digger on the east.
Looks like Culain's looking for some quick XP over here. Popping into the forced encounters.
Not a bad idea. And there's the second of the block caves. I knew there was one instantly as soon as we saw it.
So
And
this will be.
So Culain skipped this, mind you.
Two vanilla enemies.
Yeah, Culain did skip this, and it is
So Buzz
medicine.
casted fire, but I didn't see what it was. It wasn't spell or thunder.
It looks
Maybe
like shield.
reflect.
Looks like-
Shield. He changed colors. Yeah, good call.
So trophy
Let's-
for Buzz. Sorry, medicine for Buzz and spell for Culain. Oops. That is in Kasudo. I have to just take a second here to make sure I didn't mess up the tracker.
Lane found the dock to Maze Island as well.
Buzz looks like he's going to take
got
the
an attack 4 out of his. Go ahead.
Buzz looks like he's going to take the trip to Death Mountain. I mean, you need the glove, could need the boots. You have the hammer. It's right there. I mean, I probably wouldn't pass it up either.
Quick. I mean, it was like 3 tiles into Death Mountain.
Yeah.
It's just a question of remembering where that Death Mountain entrance is. He also might be looking for Mito.
Meanwhile,
to turn in his magic or medicine.
Meanwhile, on Maze Island, Culain picks up the boots
Oh, I missed that.
and gets the heck out of there.
Just a heart container in Spectacle Monocle Rock. Wing. At this point, opting to forego a container.
Container and medicine, whatever that spell is going to be so far. But we have a P-Bag Cave on the eastern continent, and so we'll see what it is. You know what, Buzz? You know what? It wasn't a little digger in P-Bag Cave. We always like to see that.
Yeah.
That's Buzz's regular tunic color.
Oh, so it wasn't shield. I didn't see if he had taken any damage, so maybe it was life and reflect, I guess, are the ones that are left.
Looks like it's life, according to chat.
Yeah.
Great Palace. in
Buzz
the
is
eastern
gonna
continent.
take the. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I saw Culain found a few palaces. It looked like, or saw them. I don't know if he got into them.
Yeah, Great
in
Palace
the
is the
east
one
now.
he's right by right now.
Valley of Death.
Literally-
that was a little unusual.
Literally the smallest Valley of Death you can have, and it's Palace 5. Unless he hit the jar really quick and I didn't see it, but I think that's Palace 5.
I think that was 5. I think if it were 2, he probably would have investigated it.
2 and 3 still out there somewhere, unless I missed Culain uncover one. Buzz is in Kasudo now. He'll go get the spell as my garage
Deal with
door.
these MOAs.
New Kasudo for Culain. How many magic containers do we need? We need
Ooh,
7, of course.
magic
Yeah.
containers. So that skip and 1 is looking a little shakier now on Buzz's side. Of course, he has no idea.
Buzz does a double take and goes back for possibly a pea bag and takes the encounter right on top of the spike tile.
There, almost cost him the life.
And speaking of life, Culain picks that up in Nukasudo, and he has the spell, so he'll go see what's in the tower.
Let's see what kind of pose he does. Oh, a backwards facing pose. That's not too bad. I like that one.
Yeah, I think that's called double boots to fakie or something like that.
I think that's a different game, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series.
My bad.
It's trouble. And Buzz doesn't run off with the boots. He decides to press forward into Maze Island.
No, there's one more item here and the palace that could be Palace 2. I mean, at this point, 24 minutes into the game, it's a long and windy Maze Island, and the boots give you no benefit whatsoever because the river is going to be in a northern area, but...
I guess all the troll that Death Valley normally has this time.
Buzz is playing the 100% all flies category.
Yeah, this encounter is something else. Wow, and another one.
You're going to have to hit them all. Just look at this layout.
This is like, for once, the Maze Island and Randomizer is worse than the vanilla Maze Island. He gets a glimpse of the palace, at least.
All right, I believe Culain has found 3, and Buzz has found 2. Yeah.
That's 2.
So all palaces have been discovered, including Great Palace. No boot block or anything crazy needing the flute.
Well, we could have a town that has reflect boot blocked or flute blocked.
That is factually correct as I look at the tracker.
We haven't found Arunia or Naburu.
No, and we have not found the kid either. Culain's going to up A. He might actually... We haven't... Yeah, we need Thunder, Reflect, and Fairy. So the kid's going to be required for one of them.
Yeah. I'd like to see a Fairy not required, but flute required seed.
I believe Maze Island has 7, 8, or 9 encounter tiles if we don't count the item tiles. I'm trying to remember in vanilla. Like the map in my head.
Vanilla, so...
You only need to take 1 in the route. What would Dig Shake do? He would kill this blue Lizalfos. Because he's there.
Some frames and die.
So cool.
Maybe he is emulating Dig Shake.
Culain's going to pick up fire here. And it's got to double check my spells, make sure I have everything marked.
Disappointed to find that that's linked with life.
And Buzznut has not been on the East... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He has been on... He is on the Eastern Continent. My bad. I was going to say he's not been on the Eastern Continent yet. But he hasn't arrived at Nukasudo for life.
He hasn't found too much there.
No.
Going back to... in the West. I mean, but both players are going to have to go back to the West because there's still palaces there. This is really having a hard time finding the second item. You know, we're almost certain it's going to be a red jar.
Well, at this point in time, the longer he takes to find it, the worse it's going to be, and we'll find out in 2 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
Little dramatic pause as he walks down.
Oh.
Now here's the decision. This is a long walk back and most certainly an up A if you want to get out of here.
Still the Palace 2 that he could go to.
Exactly. You're probably going to do Palace 2 here if you're Buzz, because it's right there, and your alternative is to come back and have to go through this whole thing again.
I dislike going to Maze Island a second time, personally.
It all depends where that river is and if you have the boots. Buzz pulling a choke and not remembering where he was, went right back into the other encounter. Well, Culain looks like he's content on doing a palace on the Western continent. Unfortunately, he did not remember that palace was Palace 4. No fairy, no magic key, as Digshake's pointing out, but both players also have no glove, and they might want to feel like they're going to start searching for items in palaces.
Doors and keys does Palace 2 have? Wow. Nothing in the way of Helmet Head here.
2 has quite a few rooms, though, and he can still be blocked from the item. But at least if he's blocked from the item, he may not have to come back here.
Yeah, that's, I think that decision paid off for now. You get the gem placed. There's a chance you don't have to return here. You eat that gem, which isn't really surprising given that...
And let's also remember that Culain has not seen one of the... did he go into... yeah, I guess he did go into... Did he go into Trophy Cave? When he up 8?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Both Trophy Cave and Spell, he went and got fire. I don't think he went into Death Mountain, though, to check... Spectacle Rock.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, what would Digshake do? He would not take the level there, but he would up A. I mean, I don't know. Buzz skipped the item in 1, and then skipped potentially looking for the item in 2.
He shook his head after he up A'd, so maybe he meant to up A in the palace to reset his lives.
I think that was a frustration. What do I do? Kind of up A.
Yeah, that could be.
But there is Fairy.
Fairy. That's... Wait, is he in Mito?
He's got to be in Mito. He's in the Western continent. Is this something Buzz did not do?
Buzz never went back there.
Yeah. He just went to Death
maybe
Mountain.
He's going there now. Aria. I don't remember where Mito is.
It's right there.
Oh, so the Southwest-themed town in the desert. That seems fitting. Well done, Digshake.
Both players playing double Dutch as they cross paths. That doesn't seem to roll off the tongue.
Now that Buzz, left too early, are there. I'd say 90%. For me,
what is
90% gloves in 2 after Buzz left?
Yeah, it's just a really odd decision because he left 2 knowing how hard it is to get to, basically taking the minimal amount of time in 2 that you can possibly take, to then also probably go back
gamble,
to...
and
yeah,
it makes sense.
Well, I mean, he also has to go back into 1 if he can't find the glove, which is going to waste more time, and then potentially have to go all the way back into 2. Gloveless right there, I probably would have taken a look, because what is the worst that can happen? Maybe grab a couple keys on the way. He didn't have Fairy, he didn't have Magic Key, so it was potentially he could go nowhere. But there were a lot of rooms, a lot of paths, and a lot of elevators in 2, so a true on-key block without finding anything is pretty hard to do in 2.
Yeah, so Culain saw a desert tile and didn't jump in. Has he already found the desert item?
Culain did find the desert item. The desert item was something. No, he did not. I'm sorry, he did not. I'm thinking of nothing.
Check those particular ones, so.
Yeah, no, he found a desert encounter straight away, and it was a pea bag, like Buzz just did right there. Oh,
It's
Desert
that,
Island was a pea bag? Okay.
It was just a pea bag.
Yeah. I remember a pea bag. I just don't remember.
Still searching for things. Maybe towns? Yard hidden in the mountains there.
Yeah, Darunia and Nubaru.
Yeah, Naburu is the home of everyone's favorite NPC.
Yes, annoying lady who turns into a bat. Actually, I don't know if she's even there. But also mentioned that there is
bat people. Yeah.
There's a water tile as well.
Yeah.
And one more pea bag cave. What would Dig Shake do? He'd probably kill that guy stuck in the ground, Buzz. Oh, he's not going to do it. Maybe he thinks he's in full dig. He's full Dig Shake right now.
With no gloves. It's
Well, flying enemies here, and I think this means that this is Kasuto, the Kasuto pass-through. Let me check my notes. No, this is the Valley of Death 1 pass-through, so Culain's going to see what's on the other side of this cave.
something I need to work on is identifying the caves.
Yeah, I lost 20 minutes in the race with Jam because I identified caves and I had to double check. I believe this is the one with the little digger.
Yeah, the only one I can usually identify is the cave that's north of Naburu in Vanilla. Allowing you to circumvent the flute block. So, the seed, sadly. We'll get one, though.
It's interesting that Buzz, he does have one more gem placed, and he did explore Maze Island a little bit more than Culain. But Culain passed up a couple items originally, actually went back and got them, and has explored more of the overworld at the same time.
It's hard to say who's in the lead here. I had to pick someone. I might pick Culain.
Yep, there we go. WWDD. 500 points, Buzz. He'll be here for a couple hours. Dig Shake would not do this.
Shake, we're going to grind. He might pick that spot to do it.
No, he would never even do that. That thing could be worth 2,000, and he wouldn't do it.
And Darunia and the water tile. And another town, which I think must be Naburu. It's not needing to bother with Darunia. Picks up the magic key from the water tile.
Well, he had fairy, but now you don't have to do anything with magic. You don't have to do anything stupid later on with magic to affect your other levels if you're worried about that kind of stuff. All doors are now going to be able to be opened by him.
Yeah, he finds the other P-Bag cave while he's here too. So I think after he dips into Naburu for the spell, he might be palaces, as it were.
It's a pea bag, and we'll call that one the candle for fun.
Well, that one had to be the candle, right? There's not.
He might have picked up a 500-point pea bag on the desert tile.
Right.
I didn't see what the value was.
New Kasuto. Had he not been here yet?
He has not been here yet, no.
Life, which he already has.
So as far as Culain knows, there's also the spot in the Maze Island he gave up that could potentially be a possibility for the glove.
Yeah, well, he has to go back there anyway because he didn't find the palace. He decided to double check that the thirsty broad was actually thirsty that time.
And there's Reflect, so he can now do 4 with the Magic Key and Reflect. There may be a chance that he's in this area with nothing else left in it, and he I'm already talking, and he already up-aid. Because I wasn't looking. I was looking at the tracker.
Yeah, he was certainly kind of in a remote area, so I think the up-A was...
That leaves Thunder kid blocked in Darunia by process of elimination. So not only do we need to find the glove, we need to find the kid. And chances are they're both in palaces.
Well, one could be in Death Mountain. We never did find the Hammer Cave item.
That is true. But I believe we cleared all of the east as well. Except for, 7 magic containers to get to the other item in Kasuto. New Kasuto.
2 skip could still come back to haunt.
It's on the table, and the odds of it are greater than they were when we initially brought it up in all the silliness. I think 4 is a really good play here. It was right by start. You have the Magic Key. You have the means to beat the boss. And if you have to start somewhere, might as well start here because you're not going to get glove blocked.
And it's not as long a palace as some of the other options. With the dead ends, they seem to cut down a lot of time too, because there's 4 or 5 dead ends.
There's 3 dead ends on the right-hand side. There's the 1 dead end with the key on the left-hand side. But there's also the drop that guarantees that you're going to go right 3 times. Well, not guaranteed because the middle floor could be removed. But, there's 3 right turns there, plus elevator rooms as you happen upon them that also go up and right or down and right. So, as you can see, Carrick was very easy to find. And it's not too hard to navigate. But the biggest downfall to this one is having enough keys or magic for fairy. But again, Culain has the magic key, not a problem.
Needs to do some dumb stuff with his magic there to be able to cast Reflect. Carrick, the most exciting boss in this game.
I prefer to fight Carrick like a man.
Maybe we need a new category for manly percent. Without standing in the corner, and Dark Link without standing in the corner.
Buzz decided to run up right and kiss the River Devil before walking away, realizing it was a roadblock. I wonder why he went up that far.
No, he didn't say hi to Bagu, so maybe he thought he better say hi to the River Devil. You gotta pay your respects to some of the NPCs.
No, NPCs get neglected in randomizers, and it's a sad thing. People don't want to waste time, man. They don't want to stop.
Chad is calling you out.
What are they calling me out about? I'll fight him.
I don't know. You don't want to fight Attack 9 guy. He's got pretty strong attacks.
He was also born in 1984. I can take him.
In hunting for the item here, decides needs to really find things.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're in the category of player where we've been here numerous times before, and probably at least 3 times this week. We don't have the items we need. There's a panic going on right now. Where is it? Where did I leave it? Did my opponent happen upon it and I just stupidly walked away from it, kind of thing.
Finds he walked east instead of south, so he didn't find that other treasure trove of here. Maybe he'll I'm there now, though.
Boots don't seem to be particularly useful right here in this part of the world.
No, but they allowed you to skip River Devil, so boots or flute required seed.
Oh, well, we didn't check all the caves.
One, that's the P-bag cave that has the 500 bag here.
No, this P-Bag Cave has the magic key, does it not? Oh, magic key's in the water tile, sorry. I was looking ahead. I'm going to see Buzz's reaction.
Yeah, this is the one we decided was the candle.
Yes.
Great reaction.
Buzz is going to double back.
Disappointed face.
Buzz is going to double back to the water tile because it's right by the other town he knows he needs to get to anyway. So
his mood will improve some. Meanwhile, Culain's found the item room in 4, I think.
Yeah, it's not quite the Eiffel Tower it was for Link and Choke, but nevertheless, it was still a couple enemies that wanted to get in on him. Oh, the 1-up.
And he's not even interested.
Little digger. No, he's not interested. He already defeated the palace. He was going to up A, so let's get out of there.
The east. The woman who's thirsty doesn't double check with her before getting the water.
I can't tell you. I know Culain did that. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Yeah, that's something that Buzz can do to get back into this is arrive upon the kid faster than Culain. But unfortunately, Buzz didn't look for the item in 2, which could have been the kid or the glove. Skipped 1, and in his mind, it could be the kid or the glove at this point, especially with not finding either of them so far. But Palace 5 is also an option, and we know the glove's always in 5.
Yeah, that is. He's got a lot of places that he knows where they are, and I think he's probably pretty frustrated with his decisions to skip items in 1 and 2 at this point.
Have you ever done something in a race that's like, I'm so far behind. Let me just do something totally ridiculously stupid, because if it pays off, then maybe there's a chance?
I mean, like maybe venture into 5 with low levels and no fairy.
Yeah, just anything. Like
I don't think I've ever done anything like that.
Well, Buzz is going to take care of 4 because he did just get Reflect.
He also got the magic key, so...
And Culain had the trophy. Why did I skip that?
I really doubt he'll decide to skip the item after finding the quick carrot here, but... that he wants to hunt for.
So by my count, there's only 6 places left items could be. That's Palace 2, 3, 5, 6, the Hammer Cave, and the new Kasuto lady. Old lady. And
oh yeah, I forgot about the 7 magic jars.
Yeah. So 2, 3, 5, 6, new Kasuto, Hammer Cave.
Some of those are very fun spots. The second Maze Island item here, which, if we remember from Buzz's hunt, was... I think it was in a short dead end behind an encounter that most people would see the encounter in.
It was in the last possible area by the palace.
Culain gonna fairy feet through.
Well, we have 2 options, guys. Where do you think the glove is? Dave says glove in 5. I also agree glove in 5, always in 5. And then we have the kid. What do you think that is?
I think kid in 5.
Buzz is contemplating here. He did not place the gem. So that means he's going to have to go find the item and then come all the way back to place the gem or up A and take the quick path and lose all of his XP.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either way he's eating the gem, so... Well,
Life 5
he already
is 600.
placed 1 and 2, right? So he did he eat both of those gems?
He ate
Maybe
one of them. He up
A
eight.
subscriber to the 2 gems eaten per run school.
Well, if you're gonna eat a gem, I don't know. I might have taken life 5 there. I know people don't like to take magic or life, but I've been really finding, you know, you want to talk about what would Dig Shake do, like the whole joke we've been doing with Buzz's new motto. Like, you know, you don't need to be 8-3-3 and then start taking other items. You can get to attack 6, attack 7, and still take life lives and life levels.
Buzz takes a nasty hit into a tiny hole in the bridge.
Yeah, Buzz is not having a good time right here, but we're gonna see what the item in 2 is now.
Yeah, I think you know, for me, I try and stick to Magic 3 Life 4 until I have the windfall of XP, but to play it that safe. Especially if the dungeons or palaces you have left are like 6. There's no reason to eat a gem in 6, really. Like, there's so many enemies there that you can get XP from.
Unless you have that odd Barbara right there kind of thing going on.
I guess that's... Usually you'll get plenty of XP in 6.
No, Buzz might be on the right path now.
I mean, it's the right path to wrong, though. So we know that there's nothing but a 1-up here. But it'll unblock him from... There's that, at least.
And plus we get to see his reaction when he takes it. But the quicker he gets it, the quicker he can move, or sees it, the quicker he can move on to something else. He is upset. And it's a good thing his mic's muted because we're using his audio.
Yeah, I didn't see his on, but I'm no lip reader, but I don't think that was coming out of his mouth there.
No, it was definitely an FMIC.
So now Buzz has to make the trek back to Carrick's room to place that gem.
Yeah, meanwhile, Culain's got to find this this item here and see what it is. I mean, we absolutely want this to be I mean, for the spectators' standpoint and those who like things to be a little bit, I wouldn't say trolly, but hard on the runners for their entertainment. One of the items in 5, the other one in Death Mountain, is probably as good as it's going to get. Oh, actually, no, it's not. The Death Mountain item being a magic container, or 5 item being a magic container, and Nukasuto being the means to get one of the 2 items. Well, 2 of those items are magic containers, though, but bent glass tube. So
yeah, I guess
yeah.
This is gone at this point.
We have 2 magic containers, a heart container, the flute, the kid, and the glove left. Dig Shake informing us that the kid is in 2 behind the glove block. So, insider information.
That would be pretty fun.
Buzz back in 1, trying to get the item. I didn't see. I don't remember the color. It certainly looks like 1.
Find the item room in 2. A hard container.
Wow. All right, so let's cross 2 off that list, and I crossed 3 off the list, but it's easy because I can add like 1 little line next to 2, make it a 3. And cross off a heart container, and I crossed off a magic container because I'm batting 1,000 right now. Culain tries for the Fairy Feet, misses. Fairy Feet's harder in 3.06. Unofficially.
Their animated reaction to something in P1 here, a dead end maybe.
Yeah, I believe he's reached that Angry Larry blow up stage where Mike Mattisau blow up, where it's the part of the tournament where he's just going to make donkey calls and stuff like that, and not a slight, just for terminology, keeping it WSOP terminology.
Yeah.
That every what I mean is every little thing that's not what he's looking for, he's going to exponentially react to. And listen, I
finds the key room.
I don't blame him. At this point, I'd be flipping out as well. Like, how bad can your luck be where everything you look for is not what you want? Because in your head, you're like, well, my opponent has the stuff that I don't have. Because, right now he knows that... Right now he knows that he missed something important in Palace 1. And it's going to turn out not to be important.
Oh. He's so excited to have found the item room.
Yeah.
That he's disappointed, but that might actually...
It all depends.
If the other magic container if the 8th magic container is glove blocked and the gloves are in New Kasuto?
Culain's going to jump into 5 here on Valley of Death. Well, it all depends, BGT. When do you arrive at the decision? Because Buzz just picked up magic container number 6. They're in 5 more locations. There exists 2 more magic containers. Are you going to pick up 1 magic container and then just take a direct flight right to New Kasuto and see what the item is there, or are you going to explore another area first?
That's a tough question. I mean, well, you should do the opposite, but I think I wouldn't. I don't like. It's on a hunch that it has a thing. I prefer to just look for things where I am.
It's a known entity, though. You know where New Kasuto is. You know you can get an item. You know you need an item, and you know it's going to be at that point in time. At worst, a 25% chance. But that being said, it's probably going to be the flute, or the 7th magic container to get the 8th magic container trick.
Yes, the vanilla. No eco key from Culain.
Does that offend you as a guy who's done eco key once before?
As a seasoned eco key doer, no, it doesn't at all. Actually,
I have also done eco key in this tournament. Actually, no, I have not in the tournament, but I've done it this week.
I don't think I'll attempt eco key again, so I can keep that 50% success rate.
I did it the harder way. No. I couldn't tell where Buzz was for a second, if he was in 3 or 6, because he's in slideshow mode. But he is, in fact, in 6.
Yeah, a little Eiffel Tower action from those blue iron knuckles for him.
Yeah, nobody wants that. So if Buzz wants to continue in that direction, he's going to have to hope for a red jar there or take a death. He's going to look for a lucky red jar where it doesn't exist. And he's going to take the death anyway. Well, not really Zombie Link. Now he takes the death. He looks directly into the camera and talks right to you.
Yeah, that was just looking into my soul. And Culain's in another item room, so we'll see what he finds.
Early item room in 5 also means good things, but there's the magic container. And now we're going to see Palace 3, Palace 6, New Kasuto, and Hawksness, I guess. I don't know what H is. Oh, Hammer Cave. Four places left. What does Culain elect to do? Well, you're in 5. Might as well go finish 5. It's a long Valley of Death. You don't want to come back. You're not.
Did Culain pick up that magic container, or did he up A before grabbing it?
No, he got it. I believe
Okay.
I don't know. He did not. No, he didn't. Wow. Okay.
Oh man.
It was Buzz that was one magic
Well, now-
container down because he wasn't. I knew somebody was one magic container down, but that was Buzz because he never picked up the 1-in-1 until just recently. Yeah, I had to do a little math there. He did not pick it up.
In New Kasuto in the 8th magic container is glove blocked. Culain is
Not only that, it's a matter of he could have gone there now and got the item rather than needing to find that other magic container, whether it's glove blocked or not.
that's true.
It's a little bit of a. This is a little bit what Buzz needs here to get back into it.
It's finding Barba
He finds
and
Barb.
Culain finding Guma.
Yeah, so 5 looks pretty simple if you go the right ways.
Magic container pickup might be the Link's all-in moment.
Yeah, Jack Link's beef jerky all-in moment might be Culain missing picking up that a magic container. Takes a death to Guma. What are his levels right now? 545. He should be alright with this. Culain's very good with combat.
He's not using the 2-player 1 controller Guma strats. Is Buzz electing.
You have to.
What is Buzz up to?
He's got to look for the item. He
Oh,
absolutely
did
have
he get a level from Barba?
No, he placed the gem.
Oh, strange. Oh, he wouldn't place the gem.
We got Guma down.
A generous Guma.
Oops, I marked on the wrong side. I did not mark it on the wrong side. I'm good.
I have to step away for a moment. I apologize. I'll be back.
Go right ahead. Bring the mic. All right, Culain places the gem in Palace 5. He already has the item. We know it's the magic container. He did not take it. Buzz is going to be looking for the item in 6. Culain has not even dipped into 6 more than just checking the first floor. Dick Shake brings up a good point. Gloveless Palace 6, you can drop into a room, a combination of rooms where you could be glove blocked. Buzz loops around. Yeah, very odd. Maybe Culain had a moment of zen there, and he realized that this magic container could be required after all. Maybe I should get it. Your health's beeping, dude. Buzz really feels like, and he's acting like he's running rough right now, running bad. And we all know he's not. I mean, both runners are equally as starved for items here and have the same limited options as each other. Culain has a 1 gem advantage, taking care of... Buzz took care of 4. It's 4-4. He's going to give up on the item in 6. But remember, you also gave up on the item on 2. So that's another spot he has to take. And he's given up on the item in 1 that he had to then go back for. So a lot of giving up on items and palaces and at least 1 backtrack so far. If he does a second backtrack, we know that will mean nothing as well. But he's going to do 3. This is the first time we're going to see anybody really dip into 3 here. Culain's back in the item room in 5. So he'll get that magic jar. Culain tried to pick it up before up-Aing. Is that right? Makes more sense for that to be the answer than just flat out leaving it. I mean, he understands the game well enough. Yeah, I missed that because I was writing on my notes that Magic Jar was in 5. So I missed that whole up-Aing rage fit. So we have both players in 3 right now. The only thing separating the runners at this point in time is Culain's knowledge about 2. And 2 and 5. Where Buzz only has the advantage of beating Barba. He doesn't have the knowledge of what item is in 6. And the flute in 3. So from the item standpoint, this really can't get any worse. 3 places left. Hammer Cave, New Kasuto, which needs 7 magic jars. Culain is the only one at 7 right now. And Palace 6, which Buzz already ran out of. And remember, he also ran out of 2, so that's also a location in his mind. 2 of those places are going to be the magic container and the glove. Actually, I'm sorry, 5 is a viable option for Buzz as well. So Buzz has 5 locations, 2 of which are magic containers. Glove, Kid, and Heart Container. And Culain has 3 locations left, of which are Magic Container, Glove, and Kid. So someone let me know. I was making notes. Did Buzz arrive at a block to Rebanek in 3? Or is he playing the go get the item and not wait to get blocked game? Looks like Culain might make his way to... He was blocked? Okay, thanks, Dick Shake.
Sorry about that.
Well,
I missed some excitement.
You missed a lot of excitement. Flute. Buzz found the flute in Palace 3. So now...
was he quite animated?
He was quite animated, and not as much as he was before with other things, but he was animated. But remember, he also has not seen the item in 2 because he left. He did not see the item in 6 because he left, and he's now in 5. He hasn't seen the item there, while Culain hasn't seen the item.
Culain got the 7th magic container.
He went back and got it, and I'm being informed that he went to pick it up before he up-A'd and timed it wrong. And he was audibly, visibly upset after it happened. Repeatedly stabbing or twirling around at the start screen after he up-A'd. So that was a mistake. That wasn't a...
Oh. And now he's going to go find out what his prize is for the 7th magic container. And, just for the maximum troll effect, I think we hope it's the 8th magic container at this point.
Absolutely. But it is not. 7th
yeah,
magic.
That's exactly what we expected.
Foreshadowing in like minute number 20 of the race, when Buzz didn't grab that magic jar in 1, we said, "What if she's blocking the glove?" And she's blocking the glove.
Yeah.
Culain still has to search 6. Hammer Cave.
For the kid to get Thunder, right? That's
Culain has 3 possibilities. I don't think he get. Did he get the flute out of 3? The jar in 5.
I was watching at least.
We don't know. It's in either Hammer Cave or Palace 6. is the other spot for the magic jar. And guys, let me know if I miss Culain getting the flute out of 3. You just knock over your Jenga set?
That's my dog just got out of a shower, and so he's prancing around.
Thanks, guys. So only one important item on the tracker and 2 locations it can be in. Kind of sad that it's not...
the 8th magic jar?
What's that?
Magic jar?
8th magic jar where? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Clipped out.
Other location of the 2 that are left. One is the kid and one is the magic jar, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we could very, very easily see a full clear here.
And in all the frustration, we only have 2 possible outcomes here for where this last item is, and it's only an hour and 10 minutes. And I know it seems like it's a lot longer for these players, but for a seed that requires you to do all this, and it only being an hour and 10 minutes, kind of speaks to the magnitude of these 2 runners.
If I only have 2 spots left to check, that means I'm 2 hours at least into the race.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. I'm clear over 90 minutes at that point. I'm halfway done exploring when somebody leaves a .comment 100% in IRC and lets me know that items are where I probably wouldn't look for them. Got Rebo here.
Yeah, you gotta love those comments.
Well, if there's one saving grace for Buzz, it's that maybe Culain gets a little bit lost in 6. But Buzz has to start arriving on these correct decisions very quickly. And
5, which is where the magic container is that he needs, right?
5 is a magic container, yes. That's the one Culain missed and had to go back for.
The kid is in Death Mountain. Buzz is very much still in this race, I think.
It has to be, because it's the only place where... Well, I mean, either way, he can... Death Mountain can be very hard, where it's only one magic cave somewhere, or a series of caves that lead to other caves and loop around endlessly, and the boot's not helping you. Or Culain's got to get very lost in 6. Buzz finding the wrong direction when it seemed like Culain had the fast track on where the item was as soon as he got into the palace is kind of not helping.
I think for entertainment value, we gotta hope that 6 is the last magic jar. For where 6 is?
Yes, 6 was in the Western continent. Was it not?
He just wandered to 4, though. I mean, I certainly don't remember where 6 was.
4 was by start. 6 was by... it was the last one they found. Buzz finding all the wrong rooms.
And the chat points out that, even after they find the kid and everything, there's still Great Palace. And that, tide of a race as well.
We saw a really nasty Great Palace last night. We saw it about 7 times, in fact.
Yes. That was a rough one. It's like...
you had to go left.
Room decisions.
You had to go left twice, and that's against everything that's ever been taught ever in Zelda 2 Randomizer Great Palace theory. Especially when there was so many right options, like ways to go right or ways to go up and down, and then right again. Like, it was very hard to find. Thunderbird.
Choke visited every room in that Great Palace.
Several times over, yes. I believe technically he hit every room at least twice, except for Thunderbird and Dark Link's room. including the room before Thunderbird when he peeked up the elevator. But you can't really put that on him because that was very bad. He's disappointed with whatever you did, looking straight at you, shaking his head. And here's the thing, though, and this is why I joked around a little bit with the Angry Larry blow-up. We are only 73 minutes here in, but with every mistake and every dead end and every not being able to get on the elevator as the fairy, just every mistake is making you just more irate. You know, you can see it. He's taking hits everywhere where he normally would never take hits.
Yeah, I believe the WSOP term here is on tilt.
Yeah, he might die in this room just based on flying enemies in his path.
Yeah, I have a lot of difficulty not getting hit by MOAs when I'm ferrying through this room.
He's taking it slow, backtracks a little bit. That MOA is a little bit friendly and flies in a little bit lower. But more to what I was starting the point about, Culain's having the same problems, but it's hard to kind of think that both everybody, especially since he skipped 2, and it's on the back of his mind. Excuse me. He skipped 2. It's on the back of his mind, like, the item's there, the item's there, the item's there. Now, we know it's not, but we'll see if he makes that affect him after he's done with this and goes right there. Got the item room at 6.
Buzz finds the item here. I don't think he'll go check 2. I think with the 7 magic containers in hand, decision to go to New Kasuto.
It's definitely the better of the choices, yeah. What was the item? Was it the kid?
Was the kid.
Okay.
In 6. So we won't see at least.
Oh, we might see it on Buzz's end.
Here's one of the things you were asking about earlier, like making an unusual decision. You're behind and you just need to do a Hail Mary. And we might see Buzz do that by going to Death Mountain and hoping that
Listen, if the item's in 2, you lost. So maybe try to get that back that time by diving into Death Mountain. It's you know, I don't really, like, I ask people all the time, do you do this? Do you do not do things like that? And most of the answer is no. You know, that people just play their game, go where they need to go, and stuff like that. If anything, they might take a chance going a different direction in Great Palace, but we'll see. Again, he skipped the item in 2, and I can't say this enough times. It's on his mind. Kid was glove blocked anyway? Okay.
So picks up the glove and still has some salty language, it looks like.
Yeah. Gained the glove at 76 minutes, 78, 77 minute mark. You don't like that feeling.
Yeah, so now I guess it'll be interesting to see if he... to 2 or to Death Mountain.
No, Quills, I would say they're very far apart at this point. Especially with Culain.
I think Culain has a significant lead.
Culain placing that last gem right now.
Culain is a full-on dig shake, as it's called.
I thought it was called a full dig shake.
You know, I'm not sure. I've heard it both ways an equal number of times.
I'm not doing this with you right now.
Be some sort of feud that I'm not a part of. And there's choke with the third possibility for what we call go mode in this game.
think I call that go mode in life. Did you happen to catch the raft pyramid we did last night? It was quite epic.
I did see it.
We got yelled at
here.
Dad yelled at us though. Well, with the glove, Buzz can now complete 3. It's the last gem he has to place. Well, Great Palace was early on, I believe, in this. And here it is, Darunia. Last stop on the Culain World Tour. And depletes his magic so he can instantly cast Fairy and probably... was it easier to up A? I don't remember where Darunia was in the grand scheme of things. Is this by the water tile, Darunia? Quite possibly is.
Yeah, it was just north of the river by... in like the northwest corner of the east continent, near the water tile, and
yeah, and that was the last thing people happened upon. So maybe up A is easier to get back to Great Palace, because I'm pretty convinced Great Palace was in the most easiest direct vicinity of the raft tile. All gems complete. 1 spell left to go for Culain. And there it is. And then 1 item for Buzz and the spell for Buzz. He's got 6 or Palace 2 in his mind of places, or the Hammer Cave, or places where the kid could be.
I'm curious to see which one he goes with.
Yeah, I would say 2. 2 is not going to...
quick hunt?
2's a long walk.
Or out of the way.
2's a long walk through that maze island with no way to skip it.
Oh, we got a side commentator here. I don't know if you can hear him.
No, absolutely.
He's trying to stuff. He's very helpful.
I mean, probably one of my best co-commentators in a long time too. Buzz is gonna grind on that Lizalfos. Actually, that's not grinding. If you're there, if you take the encounter, just do it. Oh, he's going to 2.
Oh no.
Yeah, I feared this from when he initially.
At this point.
I mean, basically, we said when he skipped the item in 1 that magic containers were going to be a factor. Magic containers were a factor, and when he skipped 2, I was always fearful and reminding people that he could wind up going back to it. And unfortunately, he is.
I mean, I think we're gonna see some BuzzThunder after this.
Well, Great Palace for Culain, so let's see how difficult this could be to navigate. We are only 82 minutes in to the race. And I say only, you know, Culain most of the time is done by now. Dictated by the seed, of course. So both players...
It feels like it's been a lot longer than 80 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get the Waffle Room right to start. Again, what we're looking for in Great Palace is we're looking to always go right to happen upon Thunderbird and Darklink. Those are the only ways you can get into their room, but you can certainly go left or to arrive at the path to get there. This is a room you can drop into.
You don't want to see a drop room that early. That
no,
makes you a little nervous.
Yeah, you really don't, because if you're faced with the decision, one drop or another, which one do you take? Jackamus room here brings upon our first option of where we can go. We can go down and we can go right. Culain's going to take a look down. It's another waffle room. And, oh, we got it in the last time. Got a little after buzz there, a little after splash.
Narrowly avoiding the initial buzz.
Full on buzz. We get the elevator room here. So now there's two paths our runner, Culain, could take.
Both peaks show more rightward progress. So,
and there's our first dead end. There are 3 dead ends, and Great Palace. We have a shortened Great Palace flag set for these tournament initial round Swiss round tournament flags. That means that 25% to 50% of Great Palace's rooms are removed from the equation, and only rooms that have 2 exits. All 3 dead ends remain intact.
We see another elevator room there.
Yeah, and then we got a one-piece chicken room. We'll go down here. There's no jar there, Culain. You know better than that. Theater room Jenga. And here's the first of our drop rooms. Not the worst thing in the world if it drops back to the beginning at this point. But Culain's hoping it does not. And it does.
That eliminates that drop room from...
It does, and Culain can actually up A here if he wanted to go through the waffle room and get all of his life and magic back, but, you know, he's got enough of it.
Yeah, and there's a jar in the Jackamus room.
Potentially. I've never seen it.
E.
He's 0 for 2.
Spend all of my magic on jump and never get a jar. That's so that I'm in a worse off place than when I started.
Quills, most of the time, yes.
That strategy as well.
He's 1 for 4. Most of the time, yes, Quills. They do. Depending on their mood and situation. Well, there was one
Buzz is no longer 2. Did he find the item?
I don't know, actually. He must have, because why would he leave if he didn't find the item? We'll see if he has 8 heart containers. He does.
All right, so he is not paying attention to his side of the screen, I guess.
Well,
I haven't been. But
meanwhile, Culain has found 11 rooms in Great Palace and only has one option to go now. He's got to go all the way back up and around and take that one elevator up. But he's about 5 rooms from it. Buzz is in 6, so right decision
so
here.
He doesn't, yeah. Thundered this time on his way through Jackamus room. Same palace, but they are not. I guess the Great Palace has the different bricks. Yet another branch in this Great Palace. Right, again.
Yeah, 2 paths to take, this area and the elevator up to the right. Looks like we got another one-piece chicken room here with an elevator down. Oh, is this... No. Was he in that one before?
You can't drop into that room, can you?
No, you cannot. You can only drop into rooms, the room that goes left and right. Is he looping? He's looping. Because this goes down and right back to the beginning.
Is this the same one?
Yeah. Yeah, he missed that. He didn't go up in that elevator room. He peeked up again. He did the same thing he did the first time. He peeked up. So that's why that path, everything was fairly similar. When he hit that one chicken room, I was curious, and then when I didn't see the chicken,
Because it was
already
empty.
yeah, because he already killed it.
It's only the one chicken room, right? Like
No.
there's another room that has that layout, but it has more than one chicken.
No, there is a couple of them, I believe, that could be there. But
Two
it's not.
one-piece chicken nuggets.
But it's not. But I think it's a room that can be removed because it has 2 exits.
But it has I thought it was only left and right exits that got removed. And that one's left and down.
No, because you can see the up and down rooms get removed as well. The elevator shaft rooms.
All right, he's on the right track this time. Going to the small enemy.
Buzz arrives at the kid.
Right and down room.
Yeah, Buzz arrives at the kid. I don't know if
he's gonna make his way over to Darunia, which is unfortunately quite out of the way. I don't think you can get there with the boots. Oh no, he's going on land.
Culain opts to skip that drop room, and he finds a room that goes to the left there with a jar. So now he's going to take the drop. There are 3 remaining drops, that being one of them. And we know that you can't drop back to the beginning because we already found that one. But there's, with that left-hand turn there still remains possibly a left-hand dead-end room you can drop into that he might find after Thunderbird.
He finds the another drop room, but he cannot take the drop from this.
No, and another elevator room that presents another left-hand turn option. So that's 2 left-hand turn options we have. A fairy room.
A 3rd left turn.
And a 4th left turn in the fun room.
Fun. Is this the very fun room?
No, it's not mixed small and large enemies.
Oh, is that what makes it the very fun room?
This would actually be the very fun room if it was. And we have an Eon drop, so we have 3 left-hand turns, 4 if we can count this room.
In every drop, although not how to get to the back and forth drop.
Okay, there's a left side dead-end room, and we have, this is the room you were talking about before. The other room with the jar. This might loop. This actually might bring him...
jar, yeah.
This might bring him back. Yeah, this might bring him back before the fun room.
He doesn't realize it's a loop?
Now he does. Because this is where he
took this drop.
No, this is not the one he took.
Oh, this is the one he opted to skip.
No, that is the one he took. Yeah, that is the one he took. Sorry. He did skip it initially, then he walked back to it.
Yeah. So he needs to take one of the 4 left turn opportunities we saw here.
Might as well take the
3,
one,
because one he found was a loop. But yeah, might as well take the one you're at.
Yeah, might as well take the one you're at. And it's a little digger.
That's not the worst find at this point. But it's not the worst find either.
Always left in the fairy room. Somebody says that.
That's what would Larry do, I think.
And we're gonna find the last of the drop rooms too.
This one won't have a jar because this is the BuzzThunder room. Just a small bubble.
And there's Thunderbird, and we have a great selection of rooms left. Great selection of rooms found already in Great Palace.
So I would not be surprised to see Dark Link in the next room.
No, and it's the theme of the tournament.
It is.
He has attack 5. Every player in the tournament can do attack 5 Thunderbird, but it is slower and leaves you prone to taking a couple hits.
Did you say every player can, or not every player can?
Every player can. So there's your one for the day. Being nice to you.
Buzz still making his way. He's back in the West. Did he game over or something?
No, he got upstairs. Oh, he got upstairs. He's got everything. He got upstairs, kid. He had to go back. What did he have to go back for? Thunder was in.
He is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, he up. Yeah, he up 8 because Journey was in middle of nowhere. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we saw Culain just walk to Great Palace, but
yeah, the way you said that, it made me think like he did something wrong, and I'm trying to figure out what he could have possibly done. But
not recently. He's been on the right path for a bit now.
well, here's where it could possibly come into play. The whole "I feel like I'm behind. Let me take a left-hand turn" situation. He's got to go a long way before he explores the left-hand turn options, though.
Looks like Thunderbird is doing some damage to Culain's internet here. This is quite the slog at attack 5.
Yeah, he slogs his way through it. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to use it like 4 times today at least.
Perfect.
I haven't said Walter Fopp yet at KWTF.net.
Maybe I'm misremembering though.
All right, after Thunderbird, we have a one-piece chicken room. So there's the second one. There's
there is
the
a second one-piece chicken
I think
room.
there's 3, if I'm not mistaken. Or just
It can't be Dark Link either. Oh, BuzzThunder, living up to his name.
And it's just a fitting end for the way things have gone for him this race. Poor item locations, and it's not like he played terribly wrong because Culain also had to go get those items and had trouble finding them.
Yeah, I think the skipping the item in 2, and we find a few rooms after Thunderbird, the last boss of the game.
Yeah, a couple rooms after Thunderbird is Dark Link.
There's a linear path to get there from him, so
yeah, almost as
hurrah
expected
from the seed.
Yeah, we've seen almost all the elevator rooms, or all the elevator rooms, I guess, and we've seen multiple dead-end rooms, left-hand turn rooms, fairy room, and the drop room, so it was pretty much going to be like right there. Buzz reacts to the unfortunate news for him that Culain has finished in first place, 135.57.
Yeah, this seed, I mean, good time considering how good this seed, or how trolly the seed was.
I mean, this was a seed that was
minutes, I guess,
entertaining for the audience, but the runners probably.
I don't think Buzz is very entertained.
No, I don't. I can't imagine Culain is very entertained either. Taking that long to find all that stuff. Yeah, Buzz did get it, Quills. I'm sorry about that. I was watching Great Palace.
First loop in the Great Palace here.
He also knows the news, so he might be pulling off the gas here a little bit. See if we can get Culain in here.
I'm glad that Buzz is in Great Palace at least to do Death Mountain or something. And a lot more disappointing to see that not done.
And we are joined by Culain. Culain, good game. Oh, hold on 1 second. That is super loud.
Thanks for the good game. You must have saw some pretty funny things there in that race. I kind of feel a bit embarrassed, but apparently it was enough to win.
Yeah, take us through that. What are your major stumbling blocks there, and what were you thinking?
Testing.
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear us? This has been a problem.
All right.
With Discord.
Yeah, finding the glove. Just being in the, what was it? Yeah. 1 second here. Let me just close this program.
Yeah, I think you're listening to me.
Are you saying hi to people? Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to interview you, buddy.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Take us through your stumbling blocks there in a rather interesting seed where you need to find almost all the items.
Oh no, the Western continent actually went really well for me. I felt like I just kind of grabbed everything in the order that I wanted to, and everything just kind of went really smoothly on the West. But when I got to the East, especially on Palace 5 there, did you see me miss reset before I grabbed the magic container?
Yeah, we were actually wondering if you were frustrated because it was only a magic container, and we kind of had the advanced knowledge of knowing that it possibly was blocking the glove. We thought you just kind of decided not to get it at first.
No, I actually thought I grabbed it, and then when I reset, I realized I didn't have it, and I realized that I needed the item in New Kasuto because the amount of items left in the game were kind of dwindling down. So I figured that at the very least, searching for the boss first and finding the item room, I didn't find any dead ends in actually Palace 5, so I didn't consider it that much of a time waste having looked straight for that, but having to go back for that was certainly frustrating.
You did Palace 5 quicker than
I'm
Buzz.
not sure what to say. Yeah, I'm sure he went left first looking for the item. Usually I look for the boss first, that's why I was going right, and then once I find and kill the boss, then I go left, look for the item. Because I can warp out as soon as I find it without having to worry about my experience.
Right, and that's not a terribly that's probably a smart thing to do, especially in 5 where things can get pretty bad. Buzz opted to skip a few items during the race. When you guys were both in Palace 1, you got the item, the magic jar. Buzz skipped Palace 1 altogether. Found Palace 2. You both got the boots in Maze Island, but you left Maze Island. Excuse me. Buzz went all the way around Maze Island, found the other item, found Palace 2, completed Palace 2, and then left Palace 2 without the item. So, therefore, later on in the seed, when the glove was not showing its face, Buzz actually went back to 1. Buzz actually went back to 2. So he did a lot of backtracking for items he didn't get initially, where you seem to either get them or just do the whole palace later.
Seemed like it, Culain, but you got lucky with some of your decisions.
That Maze Island, usually when it's like a long linear path like that, I would just go until I hit the first encounter screen, then turn back. But I ended up getting the boots. I was fairly content from there. I just wanted to find the remainder of towns to see what spells they were going to give me.
Yeah, and there was, it wasn't there, but the possibility of the glove being there wasn't as narrow as it was later on the next time you decided to go. Did you go into 2? You didn't go into 2 with the glove, right? No, you had the glove after that, right? Yeah.
No, I didn't go into 2 with the glove. I was actually hoping it would be on Maze... Well, I wasn't hoping it would be on Maze Island. I didn't want it to be on Maze Island, but I was having to go back and make sure it wasn't. Because I knew if it was on Maze Island just sitting around there, then Buzz likely would have grabbed it way before me because I opted to just leave right away.
Yeah.
So usually I was hoping the glove would be in a location that it would be a lot more difficult to get, but I just had to eliminate some options.
And that was probably on Buzz's mind as well.
Yeah, I was a bit frustrated. I ended up jumping into Palace. Yeah.
No, go ahead. What palace did you jump into?
I don't think I ever found the desert tile item. I can't remember.
Early P-bag.
No, I jumped into 3 before I checked New Kasuto. I actually forgot where New Kasuto was located, yeah. Oh, it was a P-bag on the desert tile?
I believe so. That's what Digshake was telling me. I remember you got an early P-bag almost instantly in the Eastern Continent. So that might have been it. It was on a desert tile, but I don't remember if it was the item or not, because I track different things differently here than I would do during a normal run. Buzz is looping around right now.
Yeah, the beginning of the sea went really quickly. I was leveling up really fast, trying to grab all the items I could.
Yeah, you actually didn't take a couple caves
But my
first.
favorite start with is actually the jump because you can get all the experience bags.
Yes, the swamp tile and then the one desert tile.
Took
But
a lot of. I ended up.
you actually missed a couple caves in the Western Continent. Not missed, but you didn't go into a couple caves
I didn't
first.
take any of the extension caves.
I believe you took one.
Yeah, I figured I could. I had an idea of where they were. I could just go back around to them.
Yeah, I think you took the one Valley of Death
Like,
cave.
right when I got the trophy, I didn't go back to Rudo. I went immediately to the east. But where's Buzz at right now? Is he in Great Palace? I figured
Yeah,
that he was
he's
going to
looping
finish
around
before
in
me.
there.
Yeah, he's looping around. He's taking all the. He's not going left in the fairy room, and trying every other possible thing first. And I think he now realizes that he has to do that. He'll go down here, and then go left and be in the fairy room. Go down here in the fairy room, and then go left, and then be greeted with the decision to drop and be on the right path.
Right, after you take that drop, you're given 3 choices of lefts to go. Yeah, you had the bottom left, the middle left, and the top left. I went the top left, and the EON drop was right there, and I figured that I wanted to see one of those rooms leading to the right. The first one only took me back a few screens, and the second one took me right to Thunderbird.
Yeah, it looks like Buzz is. Yeah, he's on the right track now. We certainly expected to see Dark Link like the next room after Thunderbird, but it gave you what 1 or 2 more rooms to go through.
3.
I was actually expecting to see him like the next room too.
Yeah, there was a lot of options still left on the table, and you've seen a lot of the other thing too. So.
Has attack 7, so probably a bit quicker Thunderbird fight if he isn't too tilted from the run.
Did he spend time farming or grinding those levels, or did he just have enough experience by the time he got to the bosses?
He did a little bit of everything, but not a lot of something that would say like he lost time there. He did a little bit of backtracking was a major thing because he had to go back to 1, back to 2. Like I said, he realized he was blocked in 3 from the boss. He realized he was blocked in 6 from the item. So he arrived at a lot of bad palace decisions, but he didn't grind a lot, and it didn't take him long to find places and things where items could be. It's just that, like you, he didn't find them quick.
Now that I think about it, I didn't grab one single attack level from a boss. I think I just grabbed all life and magic levels from them. I got all my attack levels from just P-Bags. Because I finished at attack 5, which I got on the east from just grabbing all the P-Bags with jump.
Yeah, and he didn't go back and grind at gems if he was missing experience, but he definitely ate a couple gems as well. But Buzz is going to be going.
Yeah, I was at the point of deciding whether I wanted to eat the Palace 4 gem or not, and I decided to just take the level and just go from there with all the levels, and just take what was coming to me.
Buzz actually also found Karak early, didn't place the gem, and then went item searching, and then up aid at the item anyway, so he had to go to the gem and then eat the gem anyway. So he lost a little bit of time there as well. So I would say Buzz's time lost was in going like all in palaces in this race.
Buzz is putting on a show for Dark Link here.
Hey, he talks about it a lot. This is the way he used to learn. This is the way he learned how to play the game. So he's gonna.
If you're gonna fight Dark Link like this, why don't you just cast Reflect? Like, it lowers your hitbox and makes him harder to hit you. But
I'm not sure he's too worried about optimal strats at this point.
Yeah, he probably wants the life.
Well, he casted shield, so like obviously he's not using the most manly of strats. So yeah, once I learned that fire was life, that was actually a big time. That was actually a big help, especially when I got to Magic 5 and it was only like 8 or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it's 8 at 5 as well. We're hearing
Like,
a lot
when
of...
you have life that cheap, you just stop trying to play well.
Yeah, and if you're not finding enemies and arriving at
Hearing
dead
a lot
ends, not finding items and arriving at dead ends, you also start playing not well as and taking hits where you shouldn't and making poor choices on jumps. And we saw that on Buzz's end, getting hit a lot. And Dark Link's down the legit way, we think. We really didn't see it.
The hamster wheels stopped.
And he
Yes.
promptly turns off the stream instantly. And we are joined by Buzz.
Hi guys, you guys still hanging out?
No, absolutely. Why don't you give us your
Good
take on
game,
things?
Buzz.
Yeah, good game. That was a fun one, I guess.
Give us your
Good thing I
perspective.
had my microphone muted, right?
Well, I was actually reading your
Yeah, to
lips
say
and,
the
and telling
least.
everybody what exactly you were saying. Give us your point of view.
My point of view, I didn't feel like I was playing particularly well, but then I also felt like I made every possible wrong decision and had to backtrack over and over and over again. And then I'm pretty sure I full cleared Great Palace on top of all that. So other than the Hammer Cave item, which was the final heart magic container, I got everything.
Yeah, basically 100%. Culain also had to do exactly the same
Hammer
stuff. But here's the difference. What's your decision, knowing what you knew when Jackamus raced Dig Shake and other races? What was your initial decision to leave 1, leave 2 without even attempting for the item?
One was because I didn't have any keys.
Okay.
2 was because I don't know, I still didn't have any of the items in the Eastern continent, so at that point I didn't even have all the spells, so I didn't know the kid was required, and I was figured, I mean there's a high chance that I can get the glove out of everything that's floating around, so I might as well just get out of there. But those didn't really help out anyways, did they?
No, but they definitely ate into your time when you had to go, and probably
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
mood, reflected in your mood when you had to go back and find out that they were not.
Right. Yeah, again, I should have just done it when I was there, but again, it's hard to know that you're gonna have to go back and get every single item. So
Although the
I
Palace
was
one,
just trying to cut corners, but this was not a seed where you could do that.
Palace 1 item was required if you didn't do Hammer Cave, because you needed it
I
for the
think I
glove.
nearly full cleared the seed. I was only missing 1 or 2 items.
Yeah, we did. The
Hammer
magic container in Hammer Cave was the only thing we didn't see. So that meant that if you didn't go to Hammer Cave, then the jar Buzz in 1 that you had to go back for was required.
Well, what was the?
Not required, but
No, it wasn't required because she just had the cross down there, I think.
no, she had the glove.
Oh, she had the glove. Never mind. Yeah, that is what you needed. Yeah, you did need that magic container. The cross was the other item in that town.
Yeah.
This was a spell item.
But yeah, that was a hell of a seed, man. That's about as long as you can do it, really.
What's the one thing that you think you would have done better if you were given a second blind chance at this seed? What's something that you could have done better, you think?
I'm not sure. I mean, I felt I kind of cleared everything out the first time I was there, or at least as much as I could. But I just kept running into different blocks and stuff like that. So I don't know. Too much backtracking, really. I don't know if with the amount of having to go back for items, I don't really know if I could have gone back and changed things the second time around. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, because
That was just kind of a whirlwind of having to go everywhere and
I'm pretty bad with backtracking myself.
Yeah.
It was a close race for a very long time. Like,
If I would have redone the seat over, I probably would have written down some places I visited. So I circled the continent a few times looking for items over and over again in towns.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I don't know. When I got into Great Palace and saw you weren't done, I mean, I felt I was behind the whole time, but I was like, I mean, maybe he's doing as poorly as I am and having as much trouble, but apparently not, because I don't know that you were probably in Great Palace for a long time until until I showed up, unless you got lucky in there.
He was in there for a little while before you were in there. I think you arrived. He was
For at least
or he looped
9
around a few
minutes, I think.
times.
10 minutes.
But yeah, so all right, guys, thanks for the race and for
Came in around the, what was it, the 123.4 mark.
Okay. Yeah,
thanks for the
I don't
race.
remember what mine was. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and covering the race, guys. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
No problem.
Glad I
Culain,
finally finished.
Choke's still playing, so that's all right. Culain, thank you. Congratulations. You're going to be in the 1-0 pairing in the Swiss. Buzz 0-1.
Yep.
It's getting crowded down there.
I know, and there's not even it's
There's not even a Joshy D down there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Oh,
not
there
even
is.
reflective of the skill level. There's a lot of good runners down there too. So no matter where you go, you've got to play your best.
You got to win or somewhere, so you might as well start winning. You got to win and play good people anywhere, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll request to run into Ben Glass Tube or you, Larry.
Yeah, probably me is easier at this point in time. But all right, thanks a lot, guys. And Ben Glass Tube, anything else?
We'll see you guys in round 2, I guess.
He's not the best
Well,
color.
not Culain, but
He's not the best color commentator in the world for nothing, folks.